Hey guys, it's Kate. Welcome back to my channel. It says it's snuggle season, which is true. There's ice and snow out on the ground. But you know what else it is? It's pepper starting season. So today we are going to be going through all the varieties of peppers that I plan to grow for 2021, which is quite a few. I actually haven't counted them yet. I've got my box of seeds, which is very full, some extras laying out, and I haven't tallied them up completely yet. Last year I grew about 8 varieties of peppers, and I know it's going to be at least double that this year. So I thought I would bring you guys along with me because peppers are one of my favorite things to grow. Tomatoes, of course, are my first, and you guys will get a video on that very shortly, and I'm super excited for that. But peppers may be my second favorite thing to grow. I just love growing things that have a variety of colors, so many different options, so many different shapes, and I feel like tomatoes and peppers, they hit those big time for me. And so I'm super excited to try a bunch of different varieties this year, as well as throw in some of the varieties that worked really well for me last year. If you are new to this channel and want to follow these pepper babies' journey into 2021, then make sure you are subscribed to the channel because we will have lots of updates, tours, and harvests of these pepper babies. So you guys, I'm dying. I can't talk today. I'm having to record stuff over and over again. I just thought I should let you know. So if I am bamboozled through all of this, I'm literally hitting stop and go, stop and go. I can't talk today. Okay, so a couple things about peppers is that you generally want to start them 8 to 10 weeks before your last frost date. So I believe I am week 8 right now. I can't find my little book, of course, that I use to keep track. It could be week 9, but I'm pretty sure this is week 8. The weeks are just going by so fast. So I need to go ahead and get these started so that they will be ready after our last frost date. Mine is mid-April. But it is recommended that you don't just stick them right out after that last frost date. The nights are still pretty chilly usually at that point for, you know, my zone, 7A, Tennessee. It is recommended that you wait 2 to 3 weeks after the last frost date to put them out. If you have been gardening for a while, you'll remember last year we got everybody, I feel like, got hit with a really cold snap in like almost the middle of May. It was like May 9th or 10th. So a lot of us had already transplanted out peppers, tomatoes, all that stuff, and I actually lost a lot of pepper plants. Some of my pepper plants from seed made it, and some of them I had to actually go to the nursery and grab a few, like poblanos and some sweet banana peppers. But so that's why it's kind of recommended to, you know, give a little grace period right after the last frost, because it's still chilly. Peppers don't like chilly nights. It can stunt their growth, and you never know, like, you could get hit with another freeze right after your last frost date, or 2 or 3 weeks like we did last year. You just never know when it comes to gardening. So 8 to 10 weeks, start inside, then plant them out 2 to 3 weeks after that last frost date. Germinating peppers can be tricky. They like heat. They like warmth. They generally want to germinate somewhere between 70 and 80 degrees. So after we plant these babies, I will dome them and give them the humidity that they need. And I will also place this whole tray on a heat mat in my little greenhouse that I have inside. And, you know, that will give them the warmth that they want, that 70 to 80 degree temperature. So, enough of that yickety yak. Let's go ahead and start some peppers. Oh, I have started 2 peppers actually. If you've seen my short, I'm doing a pepper in a can challenge, and I started chili de arbol in a can and a tepin chili variety, which I'll probably actually start them again because I still want to plant outdoors versus the can, because I've never grown a pepper in the can. It's a challenge, and so I don't know how that will end up. Alright, so I've got my little divot thing that came with these seed starting trays, and I'm literally just going to poke a pretty shallow hole. You don't want to bury them too deep. And we will get this party started. Okay, so the first pepper we're going to be sowing today is a Tabasco pepper that I traded for. One of my main goals this year is to, I don't have a picture of what the Tabasco pepper looks like. One of my main goals this year is to try and make some hot sauces. We'll see if that happens or not. And so I've swapped and traded and bought a lot of different pepper varieties so that I can try and do some fermenting or something with some hot sauces. So what I'm going to do is I usually plant 2 to 3 seeds per cell, which is 1 square, just so that I can make sure that A, I get germination, B, I feel like peppers are pretty easy to transplant. When I pot these up, if 2 of them are in a cell and they both look good, I will probably keep both of them. Just because, you know, it's a long time until, you know, if you're waiting 2-3 weeks after our frost date, that's, you know, May. It's a long time until May. I could be neglectful, I could kill something. So if I have more, I have a better chance of, you know, them making it. So I'm going to plant a couple Tabasco peppers. And hopefully we can make maybe some Tabasco sauce. I'm trying to think of how many I have. This is the or how many I want. This is the problem, guys, because I'm like, is 1 plant enough? Do I need to plant like 2 cells to make sure? Even if the peppers in these cells don't germinate or something dies, my grow season is 187 days. So honest to goodness, and I did this last year, I direct sowed stuff out into the garden beds pepper wise and still got pepper harvest before, you know, our first frost date. Easy with my growing conditions. Now, obviously that's not the case for everybody else. That's not the case in, you know, northern states. Like they have a very, you know, tight timeline of, you know, peppers and tomatoes and all that stuff. So they have to get it right. Even if this messed up, say I killed all these seedlings or whatever, I could go out and plant them directly into the beds May the 1st and still get a pepper harvest. Like, no doubt about it. So I don't want that to happen. Like, I want peppers obviously earlier, but if it happened, it happened. So I'll just plant the 1 of the Tabasco sauce. I know I want a lot of poblano peppers. Those are my favorite peppers currently to grow. They taste delicious. One of my favorite taco recipes calls for poblanos, and they did so well for me last year. So I know I want, you know, a couple cells of poblanos, probably jalapenos. So I think we'll just do 1. I put 4 seeds in 1 cell, so that should be enough for Tabasco. For my markers, I just use popsicle sticks and write on them with a Sharpie. They hold up pretty decently, like not super long. Like I'll probably rewrite them when I pot them up. And, but I just cut 1 in half so that the dome lid can go on. If you put the whole one in there, it'll be too tall and the lid won't close all the way. So, and I just stick it into that little spot. Tabasco. The next pepper variety we're sowing is just a pepper grand bell mix, and these were literally from the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General. And I don't like planting things that are mixed because I kind of like to know specifically what is growing. I guess some people like the element of surprise and I really don't. But this packet has a white bell pepper in it, potentially. And I don't think I've ever even seen a white bell pepper. Like even scrolling through, you know, Instagram, I don't think I've ever seen one. So when I saw that on the package, I was like, that's weird. So it's worth a shot to try and get one of the white bell peppers, for sure. Okay, so we planted 2 cells of this mixed variety. Surprise, surprise. Watch me not get any white ones. Red, yellow, orange, white, purple, and chocolate. So, I mean, there's a good possibility. I didn't say, you know, just straight up green. So, either way, we should get a cool color with these. I went ahead and labeled this one mystery because we just do not know what we're going to get with that. I mean, that's fine. It's fun. It's just like when you don't have unlimited space, you have to be kind of mindful of your decisions. But, I mean, if we could get a white one, a yellow one, even though I'm going to grow a blonde one, I think, or even the light purple. I have a really dark, almost black looking pepper I grew last year and plan to grow that again. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Okay, variety number 3 is the blonde. It's a very light yellow tomato. There's a variety I grew last year, which I think the frost freeze late one in May took them out. They're called Sunbright, and they're really bright yellow, but this one is a very like light colored yellow bell pepper, blonde. So we just planted that one up, 1 cell of that. Okay, the next one I just sown was a hot banana, and I actually saved seeds from mine last year. I had a bunch of these plants last year, the hot and the sweet, and they are very prolific. So I really only need like 1 or 2 max out in the yard. I probably had 4 or 5 of each last year, and I was just drowning in banana peppers, which isn't bad because I like to freeze them, and then we use them for like toppings on pizzas when we do homemade pizzas and stuff like that. So they keep really well. I just used up like my last frozen baggie of them on some naan pizzas that we made, N-A-A-N, naan. And so they do keep really well. So, I mean, it's not a bad problem to have. I just don't need that many out there this year. But hot bananas, and then we'll do sweet bananas next. Okay, and these are what the hot banana and sweet banana peppers look like. They're long and yellow, and they do change color as they mature, but you usually harvest them while they're yellow. This packet is old, so I'm going to mix in some that I saved. Trying to use up, you know, old stuff obviously first, but I can't remember how old that one is, so we're going to just mix some old and some ones I saved last year. And I'm going to do 2 cells of the sweet, just because my family doesn't like hot stuff as much as I do, and my middle likes hot a lot. So they would probably rather have the sweet ones on their pizza than the hot. Okay, the next variety we just did, we were at variety number 6, and that is the poblano, my favorite. So I did 3 cells of poblanos, hopefully like 2 in each cell germinate. I'd like to have at least 4 to 6 plants of poblanos. I love poblanos. So next we have the YOLO Wonder bell pepper, and then the California Wonder bell pepper. They're both exactly the same. I'm not sure why I have both of these. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the California one, me being from California. And I can't remember if I got anything off these last year, because these are last year's seeds, but they look exactly the same, and so I really think I only need to plant 1 of those varieties. I might research and look into it a little bit more and see if there is a difference, but they're both sweet peppers. They both ripen maturity-wise to red. I don't know. I don't need to take up too much space with the same things. Next up is big red sweet. So it's just another red bell pepper. I guess we might end up with a bunch of red bell peppers this year. We'll see. Last year it was all green and purple. This year it might be a ton of red. I don't think I had any red ones last year now that I think about it. So maybe this will be like our red pepper year. Between all the new varieties and then a bunch of the bigger bell peppers, this might be the year of red peppers. Purple Beauty was an absolute gorgeous pepper last year. It did pretty well for me from seed, so I'm super excited about this. It almost looks black. It is beautiful. I guess it depends on, you know, the growing conditions, because I've seen where some people's really have a more purple tone to it, but mine were very dark and looked pretty much black. A new one for me this year is the Serrano. This is a hot pepper. Serrano peppers are a must-have in the garden, so here we go. I'm actually pretty excited about this one. You guys, I love, every time I open this box, it smells like spicy and like, it smells like peppers. It's the one box where you open it and you're just like, oh, I know that's pepper seeds. Like, oh, it just smells so good. Are you guys still here with me? We are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number 11 is the pepperoncini. Everybody in my family loves the pepperoncinis that come in the jar from the grocery store. Like, we're obsessed with them. We like them on salads. We like them with chips. We like them with sandwiches. We like them just to eat them. So I would love to come up with a recipe. I'd have to find one. It's always weird, like, doing peppers and pickles and stuff like that. You have to find, if you're used to, like, grocery store, you know, flavors, it's hard to find recipes that mimic them really well. So I would like to find a recipe that mimics the pepperoncinis. And I grew these last year. They were very prolific and did fabulous. All right, the next pepper, I'm not going to show you a picture of. If you want to Google it, you can. It's called a red Peter pepper, and, you know, YouTube always wants to ban my videos to 18 and up. If you want to look it up, go look it up. It was a fun pepper we did last year as a challenge, a bunch of us on Instagram. I successfully grew it, but it did not mature in time. This was the slowest growing pepper ever. And then I finally got some of the fruits and they didn't turn red in time. So I never got to taste it. I technically, I guess, failed the challenge because I did not complete it. So this is a red Peter pepper. It is a hot pepper and it's just fun as a little challenge that I don't know if anybody's doing it on Instagram this year, but I want to do it again because I want to successfully grow one. Sunbright is what is next on the list. I grew this last year, but this one was one that got taken out by that late May frost freeze, and so we will try again this year. Now this is another yellow bell pepper, but this one should be brighter than the blonde. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. At this point, I'm kind of giving everybody 2 cells. I kind of want to have at least 2 plants of everything. I don't know if I have the space for all that out in the yard. The good thing about peppers is peppers love to hold hands. And so you can plant peppers pretty close together. In a 4x4 bed, I planted 16 peppers in it, like 1 per square foot. And they all did really well. They love to hold hands, it's true. I promise we are probably more than halfway done. Stick with me. I told you it was gonna be a lot. I told you. This makes me so excited though, guys. I can just picture all these beautiful peppers. Hopefully, you know, no late frost or anything takes them out, but it is gonna be such a variety of colors this year. It's gonna be gorgeous. Next up, we have the classic jalapeno. Great thing I learned last year about peppers is that Sometimes it is great to grow them in grow bags because you can control the amount of water and stress they kind of go through. And when peppers are more stressed, they tend to get a better flavor, a hotter flavor. Because some of my jalapenos last year were blah. Like, they didn't have any heat or nothing. And someone told me it was probably because it wasn't stressed out enough, and, you know. So I feel like that's a really interesting bit of information. Like, sometimes, you know, before you go and pick that certain pepper, to let it get a little bit stressed out. I did have one, and I did a video on it on some of the pepper tasting last year. And one I was expecting not to be hot because all the other ones hadn't been hot. And in that video, my mouth was on fire. I'll try and link it down below. It was funny. But hopefully I don't need like fire jalapenos, but I do want them to have some flavor. And most of the ones I got last year were just like, they tasted not good at all whatsoever. So fingers crossed for good jalapenos this year. Another new one this year is the shishito, and I hear that this is a really great pepper for just blistering up in a frying pan and eating just like that. So it seemed to be one of the more popular ones last year, and so I'm excited to try this one. Okay, so we just planted cayenne pepper. I've not grown cayenne before either. And then we are going to plant some more teppan chili pepper. These are so cute. They're like balls. The little peppers are ball shaped, red balls. And so I think these are going to be a cute addition to the garden and our garden tours. And these are also the variety I am growing in the can. So like if they're hot, I'm not sure how many plants of like the super hot peppers that I'll need, but like I said, I want at least 2 peppers to be good and ready to go outside, and then I can always give it away or something if I decide not to plant it out into the garden. Woo! I don't know what it is, but this pepper opening these peppers almost made me sneeze. Like I'm telling you, the smell, like just the seeds alone have got a little kick to them. My nose is itching like crazy. The next one we are going to grow is the paprika pepper. I would love, and one of my goals, which I have a million goals, so I probably need to narrow it down this year, is to be able to have a lot more of my own seasonings in the cupboard. And I would love to grow paprika and then, you know, dry it and make my own powder from it. And then put it on some farm fresh deviled eggs from my girls. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like, these deviled eggs came from my girls and my paprika to top it off. Next up, we have a Sugar Rush Peach, and one of my Instagram friends sent me these. She said that the Sugar Rush Peach makes a really good Louisiana style hot sauce. So like I said, I would love to be able to get my own seasonings, some sauces and stuff going, and this might be the year for it. Same friend sent me the chili de arbol and ají dulce pepper, so we're gonna plant the ají dulce. I don't even know what these ones look like, but we planting them. We going all in. Let's go. We are down to our last final few. We have Big Jim hot peppers. They look pretty cool. A super pepper all around, spicy enough for salsas and chilies without an overpowering heat. That about sounds like what I like. Next up, we have a red Marconi sweet pepper, and these peppers look really cool. Somebody I followed on YouTube for a long time, he's grown these for years, I feel like, ever since I've started following him. And they're just like big oblong kind of shaped peppers, but they're sweet, supposedly. So And the last pepper of the bunch is the Mardi Gras Fun Purple Pepper. These are really cute little purple peppers. They have a really unique taste to them. Like not a normal like bell pepper. They're not spicy at all. They've got a really unique flavor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, 24. I do have one more. I don't like the even numbers. I like odd numbers. Alright, I wasn't going to do these ones. I'm not sure exactly what they look like or anything. They are violet sparkle peppers. They may look like the Mardi Gras purple I just planted, but we'll just... I need 25. I need like a like an odd number. All right, so we'll plant that. So that gives us 25 pepper varieties. So here we have it, 25 varieties for 2021. I am super excited about it. I need to cover them up and give them a good spritz of water, and I'm going to put the dome on and put them under the heat mat. If you guys made it this far and have watched this video, thank you for sticking around. It makes me so excited to just picture all of these out there soon, taking you guys for garden walks and harvest of these peppers. And I think it's a really good selection. You know, sweets, hots, different colors. I'm excited. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The next video will be similar to this, only it'll be my personal favorite, tomatoes. And if you thought this was a lot, well, hit subscribe so you can see what we're doing for tomatoes in 2021. I'll catch you guys on the next video.